People often rank their favourite roller coasters by the speed they have, the elements they go through, the amount of times it flips you upside down, and so many more factors. But I am not like these people. Well, not today anyway, because ignore the previous top 10 videos I've done. Because in this video, I am not just going to be ranking these coasters only. I'm also going to be ranking the areas that they're in. All of that being judged on pretty much just the theming. And that will answer the question of what is the best themed coaster and area in a UK theme park? Well, I have over 20 different areas and coasters to rank for their theming, and I'm even going to use some of your guys' opinions towards the end to sort of place them where they should be. So be sure to watch till the end so you don't miss anything. Oh, and also if you are new around here, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 80,000 subscribers now, which is amazing. Thank you so much for the support. So if you want to help towards that goal and you enjoy this video, it'd be greatly appreciated. Well then, the best themed area in the UK and the best themed coaster. How am I going to rank this? Well, my original idea was to rank them as a top 10 or a top 20, but I feel like there's way too many different options that I'd be sat here for 600 hours ranking them. And also, I don't know if I could rank them individually just yet. So instead of ranking it in a top 10-20 format, I have decided to use the absolute revolutionary technology that we have to us today, a bloody tier list. Yep, that's what I'm going to be doing. And we have our tiers right in front of us. Best of the best, being the best of the best. Very good theming on the second row, well themed on the average / middle row, slightly themed on the second from bottom, and it's there, I guess, on the bottom row. I highly doubt I'm going to have to use that one, but who knows? But without further ado, let's begin, shall we? The first one on this list is Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. What do you call the area that's in? I don't even know. Got loads of nice planting, some fountains, some really nice like pebble and stonework. I've turned into a rock enthusiast now. But that ride isn't really its own area, and also it's not really themed. It's just stylized. So for that reason, I'm going to stick it in slightly themed. It's not there, I guess. It's going in slightly themed. That's perfect for me. The next one, I didn't even mean to do this, has the same color scheme as Icon has, grey and grey. Sick at Flamingo Land. Now, where would this one rank in the sort of theming way? Again, it's quite stylized more than it is themed. There's some cool mist effects. The station building and stuff has a nice Union Jack symbol on it. The floor is pebbles again. What? I'm not a rock enthusiast. That one is going under Icon in slightly themed because I feel like they're about the same level. Icon a little bit better. Thank the Lord, we now get onto an actual themed area and themed roller coaster. That being the Swarm on Swarm Island. Now this one has to rank high because not only did they build a very well themed area, it is literally its own island. They built this whole area just for one coaster. And with the crashed planes, the helicopters, the fire truck, the massive billboard as well. And probably the main thing, of course, is the fact that station building is a broken church. Although they did take loads of wood off it recently, which made it look worse. But oh well, it's still the same ride, so I don't care. It's not just very good theming. It is one of the best themed areas in the UK. I feel like it's often overlooked, you know. Next up, we have, what on earth is that? I don't even know what that is. Wild Asia at Chessington World of Adventures. That's the one. I don't know what the hell that's a picture of, but it apparently is Wild Asia. Now, this area technically doesn't have a roller coaster in it, but a lot of people seem to count Zamperla Discos, which is what Cobra is, as a coaster. Which, first of all, I think you're wrong. And second of all, that's why it's on this list, I guess. Cobra itself with the massive Cobra statues at either end, and even Monkey Swinger. A custom chair swing design. I think it's got to go very high up in very good theming. It is a really good area. Can't forget as well the Dodgems Tuk Tuk Turmoil. Oh, what a ride. X Sector at Alton Towers. Obviously in that area you've got the Smiler and Oblivion. If the Retro Squad was still there, it would probably be in It's There, I guess. But it's just those two coasters and potentially some flat rides next year. Fingers crossed. Because this is an area plus the coasters, please don't kill me for this, I'm going to put it in well themed. Doesn't mean it's bad, it's just one coaster's very retro and the other is very marmalizing and weird. Next up, we have Mumbo Jumbo at Flamingo Land. Why on earth is that in there? I guess there is a little bit of theming in that area between that and Kumali, so maybe That's why I decided to put that. My memory's so bad, you know. I'm going to put it at the top of slightly themed, because technically it is more themed than Icon, but I do prefer how Icon looks. The list is already messed up. Vikings at Drayton Manor, including, of course, Jormungandr. Jormungandr, the most hard to pronounce coaster name in existence. And that ride and that area are really, really nice. The flooring and the sort of fountain work and everything with the little lake next to Thor and Loki, them two being themed as well. I think it is very good theming. I'm going to drop it at the bottom. A very good theming. Mexicana at Chessington World of Adventures, featuring Rattlesnake and Ride That Blew Up. I guess this sort of does lose points a little bit because of Scorpion Express not being in the park anymore. But the buildings and how Rattlesnake is actually themed are really, really good. Just a shame Rattlesnake is so rough and so bad. I'm going to put it at the top of well themed. I think it's much better than X Sector, but not as good as Vikings. If it had Scorpion Express, it would be. I'm going to stop trying to defend myself. The Jungle and Nemesis Inferno at Thorpe Park. I didn't have too much appreciation for that area until I visited again recently, and the volcano and the sort of jungle trees throughout the queue line and everything, it is really nice. Where would I place the Jungle and Nemesis Inferno? Below Mexicana, maybe? I think that's a solid opinion. Next up, we have Knight's Kingdom at Legoland Windsor. This is one that I literally almost forgot existed when I made this list of places to cover. And in all fairness, it is really well done, isn't it? I'm going to actually stick that at the bottom of very good theming. Maybe above Vikings, you know. Yeah, we got to give Legoland some credit. Next up is Wild Woods at Chessington World of Adventures. That, of course, has Vampire and the Gruffalo, two very different themes. Very confused at how they managed to form them together. The queue line for Vampire and the station building, if we were ranking stations, it would probably be up there in best of the best. I'm actually going to put it above Mexicana at the top of well themed. Or does it go into very good theming? Oh, I don't know. Next up, we have Saw the Ride, and technically Old Town, if you want to still call it that. And the ride itself with the indoor section and that queue line, it's amazing. Just the way the building looks. They've got the police car outside, the little shop outside as well, of course, when it's open. So for that, I'm actually going to put it above Knight's Kingdom, I think, just because Saw the Ride itself, what an experience. Wickerman at Alton Towers, featuring, of course, the area of Mutiny Bay as well. The Bjorn and the sort of fiery ritual side of it. I know it doesn't too well fit Mutiny Bay and Pirates, but I think it fits alright. And Mutiny Bay itself is a lovely area, and there's a lot of theming that's very underrated there. And then you get to the Wickerman. Like, you don't even have to talk about that. I've spoken about it so much. It's going in best of the best. Mutiny Bay and Wickerman, definitely up there. Adventure Cove with the Wave at Drayton Manor. Of course, in Adventure Cove as well, they have the Adventure Cove Rapids and the Adventure Cove Wave Swinger, and it's all very colourful and really nice to look at and be in. And I'm actually going to put this, I think, in well themed, above the Jungle, but not Mexicana. Storm Chaser and Tornado Springs at Poulton's Park. I don't even have to say anything here. Yeah, that's going best of the best at the top. An absolutely amazing entrance sign that just runs all the way down this road, and you've got like the diner on the right, play areas that are all themed, farmyard flyer as well. There's not a single thing I would say bad about that area. Actually, I would. Why is Poulton's Park so far away from my house? Can you build Tornado Springs right in my garden? The pigeon would be so happy. On to the next one, and that is Hyperia and Fearless Valley. The Valley of the Fearless that's not actually a valley. Yeah. As you walk in, the area itself is quite nice, very nicely finished. The station from the outside actually looks quite good in my opinion. But the portion of the ride that really, really drops this off a cliff is the actual coaster's ride area. Just a massive mud pit with no theming whatsoever, not even grass that's grown at all. I'm gonna put it at the top of slightly themed. It's not, it's there, I guess, because I don't think any of these come near to that. The Land of the Dragon and Dragon's Fury, which last time I went to Chessington, it wasn't open, so I actually couldn't tell you much about the ride experience right now. And the theming around there is okay, so I'm gonna put it probably above Hyperia, right there. That seems about right. Forbidden Valley, or the Phalanx Facility, and Nemesis Reborn. Now this one I know has to be in that top tier. The way that area looks now with the cannon up on the Nemesis queue, the sort of entrance itself as well, the massive monster creature and the eye, and the inside of the station, my Christ. It all came together for the coaster so nicely. And then you go over and there's even the Egg Museum too. I'm going to put it underneath Tornado Springs. I mean, it's very close to the Swarm and Swarm Island, but yeah, I like that placement. The world of Jumanji with Mandrill Mayhem at Chessington World of Adventures. This area with the 3 rides it has is actually really good. One thing I love is the fact the coaster wraps itself around the entire area. You don't see that in many places. World's first at a Merlin park, who would have thought? But the fact the pathway is literally done to the game board and there's the sort of bazaar over to the left, I think it's called. And I wouldn't say it's best of the best, but it's definitely near it. So I'm going to put it in very good theming, right at the top. Then we have Dark Forest with, of course, 13 and the one we don't talk about. Now, this entire area and the 2 coasters very much rely heavily on trees. 13's entire ride is technically themed because it's in the woods, and that is the entire premise of it. But I'm not going to look at that. I'm going to look at the actual theming that they've put down themselves. I am going to put it in well themed, and I'm going to chuck it probably there. Yeah, that works. Next up is Frontier Falls and Gold Rush at Drayton Manor. What an amazing area that is, by the way. There's Gold Rush, of course, Blasting Barrels, Sheriff Showdown, a haunted house ride, Accelerator, which is themed to cars. I feel like once they eventually get rethemed, hopefully in the next couple years, then this could be one of the top 5 in the UK. But for now, I'm going to put it at the top of very good. I'm going to put it above Jumanji, I think. Yeah, Amity Speedway, or the whole of Amity at Thorpe Park, including Stealth. The whole area of Amity is a really, really nice place. Of course, tidal waves there as well, flying fish to an extent. They've even got Amity Beach, Amity Speedway, and just Amity in general. It's a whole subcategoried area. I'm actually going to stick this underneath Vikings, I think. That is a very packed row. And I've just realised we have the 2 lost blanks at the end, and I'm actually going to start with Lost City and Colossus. The 10 looping roller coaster at Thorpe Park. Again, just because it goes upside down doesn't mean it's going to have an advantage here. We're looking at the theming, and it's been recently restored back to how it used to look before, and I can't lie, it is really nice. I'm going to put it above 13. Is it better than Adventure Cove? I don't think so, you know. Adventure Cove is quite good, so is Mexicana. Is Wildwoods too high? Oh, I'm second guessing myself already. Lost Kingdom at Poulton's Park. An absolutely amazing dinosaur themed area. They've got 2 coasters in there, 3 actually. There's a kiddie coaster as well, a little flat ride, and even now a little log flume. And all of those rides are incredibly themed. And I'm actually going to put it in best of the best. And I'm not too sure if it's better than Swarm Island. I think it might be, you know. It's a way bigger area and there's way more theming. Yeah, we're going to put it there. And there's animatronics as well. What more could you want? There is my ranking. But it's time to update this with your guys' thoughts. There was almost 1,000 different people who gave over their opinions. So thank you if you did. And I'm sorry because I'm not going to be able to read them all. The Swarm at Thorpe just hits different thematically. So true. Galactica's puddle on the beginning bit, solos. Oh my god. Galactica, I didn't even consider Galactica was in Forbidden Valley. That is how out of place it is in its area. I think if that was on this list, it would probably be maybe bottom of well themed. Get rid of it. Saw is the best themed roller coaster, but Forbidden Valley is the best themed area. There seems to be a lot of love for Saw. Maybe we should move that up a bit. Should we move Saw up? Ooh, we'll move sort of there. There you go. Fearless Valley has so much theming on Hyperia. I really hope that's ironic because you can't see. Vampire's queue line and station is very good, and Wild Asia's theming is very underrated. I'm glad you agree with the Wild Asia praise. I really love the theming of Walking Dead the Ride. You can tell the effort and care that went into making it as accurate to the series as possible, actually including props and the little pre-show video. I completely forgot about Walking Dead the Ride. But you know what? Now you say it, I do actually agree. It is a really well-themed ride. I don't think it's as good as Saw, but I think I would put it where Jumanji is right now. Sort of have that sandwiched between the two. See BB's Land. You know what? That might just be a joke. but you're not wrong. Maybe I should have included that as well. That would be at the top of best of best. Tornado Springs really is just beautiful. The roller coaster, the theming, and the soundtrack makes it an area you never want to leave. Very, very true on that one as well. For me, it's sick at Flamingo Land. Those pebbles, heart eye emoji. Honestly, I'm glad I found another rock enthusiast. Big Easy Boulevard, that doesn't have a coaster in it, so technically I wouldn't have counted, but if you count it as part of Amity, I think I would rate Stealth a little bit higher. Hero, the theming's insane, and no, I'm not going to read the rest of that. What do you guys think of this list? Do you agree with it, or do you massively disagree? Leave your thoughts down below, and make sure to subscribe. And if you want to watch my actual, top 200 roller coasters, so ranked because they're my favourite, not just for theming, then click on the video that's already on the screen. That one. Yeah, I ranked 200 coasters. A lot of people said, oh, you can't rank 200. Well, I did. Go watch it.